question and answer time with Todd and Aaron.
It's time for Q&A with TNA. By the way, that stands for Todd and Aaron.
All right. I think we've got it. Welcome in. Got Todd. I'm Aaron. There we go. And that makes up TNA. So welcome in Todd Downing, Aaron Montgomery from our Success Group. How are you doing today, Todd?
I'm doing better than yesterday. So
good.
Sushi. We'll see how that holds up.
Yeah. You were mentioning that. I cringed a little bit, and I enjoy sushi now. I used to hate it. I used to not be able to stand it, but hey, I've grown up and my tastes have refined. So all good stuff there. Welcome in Christine of ChristineShreve.com. So that's go check that out. She's got a new venture going on over there. That's some really cool stuff. In fact, I think we'll probably talk about that tomorrow morning a little bit on Two Regular Guys. So
neat.
Yeah, I love sushi. Wish I had some now. Todd, can you mail some of that too? Or
I could probably get some gas station sushi and get it over.
All right, some gas station sushi coming your way, Christine. Ooh, Todd, this is for you.
Well, yeah, sure. Yeah. Or you can just call Corey now. She's outside. So here's how crazy it is. It's like 6 in the water. It's cold out there.
All right. Yes, I've been in here in the old co-working office all day today. So I don't know. It could be beautiful outside. It could be a mess outside. I have no idea. So, all right. Let's see here. We already covered that part. Tanya, hello. And Martha, hello. Terry, listening while cleaning the shop. That sounds good. Get that stuff cleaned up and organized. Always a good thing. And then Todd, so cancel the gas station sushi order.
Okay.
Just, real quick. Want to make sure you caught that before you got that. So. Gas station sushi in Minnesota is called bait.
That's what I used to call it. But
nice.
As Aaron said, as I got older, I always liked it. It's just the women I've chosen in my life have not, and so it wasn't until we were actually, until Corey and I were down in Mexico and like, here, try this. And it wasn't so much me; it was another friend of ours and his wife. They're like, "What's wrong with you? Try this." And she was like, "Oh, I kind of like that." And that was one of the first meals we had when we came back home with sushi. So it's our thing now, I guess.
Yeah. All right. Good. That sounds good. Rena, hello. And Endless Ink Printing, hello. Good to see you. Waving. It's raining and in the 40s in northern Michigan. Yeah.
It's been about normal here.
Yeah.
Garbage.
Christine, next time we're on a video together or see each other in person, I've have some friends that are from Michigan and they are always about, okay, here's where I'm from, whatever. So I'm assuming that would be, northern would be up there, right? So there we go. All right, Todd. Well, you called everybody out and mentioned about my problem that I have, the severe anxiety, depression that I get when we don't have questions. Right?
Yeah,
is that what you said?
I figured it was an intervention. It was by putting it out there. Hopefully, it helps alleviate some of that stress because we know that a stressed Aaron is a cranky Aaron. So if I can say, hey, fans, what can we do to cause me less stress? Well, hey, let's just go ahead and ask some questions. Then it kind of works out well for us.
Yeah. Well, I try not to be so cranky. I'm working on it. So, all right. Well, so this question and this particular topic has been following me around a little bit, and the gentleman's here in the comments. So hopefully I can figure out the back end inside joke part going on here. But does Aaron bake, specifically cakes? I don't know. I don't. I can. I don't normally. I'm not a baker per se. I don't really kind of get excited to bake. I enjoy cooking. and I enjoy. Now, my wife will tell you I enjoy cooking, but when I cook, I make a huge mess. So, that she likes it when I cook because it tastes good, but she doesn't like it when I cook because it's a huge mess. And I try to help and clean up, but she's pretty on top of that stuff. I like to just leave it and like, we'll get to that. It'll be fine. Pre-rinse it. It'll be okay. She's like, nope, got to get it in the dishwasher right away. Everything is wiped up. And so anyhow.
Nice.
Todd, what about you? Do you do any baking?
Corey's dad is a baker.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, because she's got nice buns.
Oh my God, you had me set up. I mean, I was the straight man there for sure. I'm like, okay, he is a baker. Interesting.
One of my previous incarnation jobs was I bought something just for the name and the plan on selling it. It was the chocolate cheetah. It was a cupcakery, and I bought it and I sold it. I flipped it and made some money off. But while I had it there for a couple months, we did some baking out of there. So baking is science. If you don't put everything in order like it needs to go, it's not going to turn out well.
Yeah.
And I don't mind baking. It's one of those things where if it works out awesome. I just did a caramel pecan rolls, cinnamon pecan caramel rolls is what I baked from scratch. Made the dough and everything. I got the recipe from Renee. Kind of did that up. We did that for last time I did it was for Easter, and I gave out pans to my neighbors to go ahead and cook, and they loved it. So yeah, I can bake.
All right. So Pamela's going to tell on you. So you're in trouble, sir.
Yeah.
Renee says, hi, listening on the side on a video conference that has awful audio issues. That's never fun. And then Renee says, when we're speaking about baking caramel pecan rolls. That's
what she gave me. That's what the recipe was. It was amazing. I made it a little more gooier, and because you can't go wrong with more caramel. So it was yum.
All right. Hello, Janessa. Thank you for joining us. So real quick, while you were mentioning, a side thing, or you were talking about a website that you had, right? Like
Chocolate Cheetah.
Yeah. So I had you've seen my my URLs, my kind of hoarding of them, so to speak. But you and I talked about this one time. People like say something or you come up with an idea, and then like the first thing that I always do when I come up with a new idea is I immediately run over and make sure and buy the website. So I don't know if I still own it or not. I'll have to look, but it was called birthcontrolblankets.com.
Birth control blankets.
Yeah. And the idea was to get pictures of dads and put them on blankets so dads could send them along with their college age girls as they go off to college. And birth control blankets was the name of that. So I thought that was, but it never really took off. So
did you do anything with it, or did it just sit there?
I didn't do anything with it. That's why it really never took off. You actually have to do something with it. And so I don't know. I'll have to go look and see if I even still own that name or not. I may have just let it go. So let's see here. The Chocolate Cheetah is a great name, and I need some caramel cinnamon pecan rolls or chocolate chip cookies or really anything that's homemade and baked.
So this is just going to become send stuff to Christine, and she'll review it for us. She's going to do that once a week, and she'll sit back and, hey, what are you sending me this week? Yeah, all right, we're going to try this. We're going to try this. I think we started a great concept right here, Christine, and I'm glad to facilitate that for you.
Excellent. Good. All right. So shall we get to the next question here, Todd?
Well, speaking of birth, look, I can drink out of a birth center cup.
Yeah, there you go. Well, that's what do you have? At least 8 or 9 of those things, right?
Yeah. I think we got 4 to be exact. I think there's 4.
So you didn't get one for every kid? Just
it was like years ago, So.
They're like, no. You've already got one of those. You just used the last one.
It was like, it's like old Chicago, once you get through the tour, then they don't give you this new stuff every time. It's like, hold up. You already got this stuff.
All right. So let's see here. I wish you would have given us that info last month. Missed a website at the end of March.
Which info?
Yeah. Nan, help us out. Sorry. All right. We'll wait for that. I like this idea, Todd. send good stuff to Christine.
Yeah, so we should just go ahead and check that URL, sendgoodstufftochristine.com, and just buy that.
All right, there we go. There we go. Perfect. All right. So you ready for the next question on the list here?
For sure.
All right. What's your favorite takeout food drink during quarantine?
Ooh, we've done a lot of takeout. There's this other Mexican place that we did shirts for during this. So it was the first time we'd ever heard of them. So we tried them, and that was really good. And their margaritas were amazing to take out. So it was a good time for that.
Yeah. What was the place that you took me to that one time? That was awesome.
That was Adolph's.
Adolph's. That's right.
Okay. So remember, for you that are watching this, so it's not gonna make sense to you. But Aaron, remember we're sitting at that main intersection,
yeah,
and it was sitting like kind of off it was down maybe like a quarter of a block right there on the right hand side.
Correct.
There's those frontage roads that went there.
Yep.
On Taco Tuesday, they went out the parking lot on that main road and then down that frontage road. So yeah, they've been killing it through there, and this coming Tuesday, it'll be interesting to see how it turns out for them because, Taco Tuesday does fall on, Cinco de Mayo falls on Taco Tuesday this year, and it's being, hindered by a bug named Corona. So, you're hitting all the wheels with this. So I have a feeling they are going to be crazy busy.
Yeah. Yeah. I imagine they probably will. Yeah, because here in Missouri, we're actually, the governor's announced that lifting shelter-in-place restrictions here starting as of I think it's midnight on Sunday. So I got some information. I haven't read through it all yet today, kind of what the new restrictions will be, but at least the shelter in place will be over. So just in time for Cinco de Mayo and Taco Tuesday.
Yeah, we are. We in fact we tried to schedule this up and make it work, and it's not quite falling into place yet. But our neighbors in our court and our other ones over, our golf cart buddies. Everybody, every family has a golf cart. And we kind of get together, and they will drive over here, and we've kind of got areas to set, between our houses and that, and we get the fire going, and it seems to work out well. Well, now we're talking, hey, what can we do for Cinco de Mayo? Because we usually get together. So we're thinking of having like a kind of a drive-through. Feed yourself. We're gonna put a couple tables out in the court, and you just drive through, make your plates, go over, get the next one, and go from there. And I think we're trying to get a shaved ice truck to get here on Tuesday too, but that one is coming a little bit harder. But it's times like this when you get creative and try and keep doing things you always do.
Yeah. Huh. Okay. Yeah. So Renee says Drinko de Mayo. I've always called it Cinco de Drinko.
Cinco de Drinko.
All right. And the question was, what's your favorite takeout food drink for quarantine?
Yeah, I love tacos. I'm a taco guy. I'll eat tacos all the time, taking it out. Gas station sushi works good too because I'm still taking that out there. But I've tried a couple new places. Nothing hasn't been like, holy moly, this is amazing. But I haven't had anything bad either, so that's always a plus to try new places. But my go-to is tacos. Still do tacos all the time.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, I think for us, a couple for me, couple of places here, and they're local to me. So if you're not in the west part of St. Louis, you really wouldn't recognize these places. But actually, right next door, like immediately, like the walls right here, and then the restaurant's right there. It's a place called Bimo's, and I've had some like a panini, their chicken wings, a grilled chicken salad. All their food's always been really good. So I've been spending a lot of money and walking over there and grabbing that takeout from them quite a bit. And they've got all their bottles of wine on sale for half price. I mean, it's still expensive for a bottle of wine, but it's helping them turn over inventory. So I've grabbed a couple of bottles of wine from them. And then we have a local Mexican food restaurant that we really love that we get fajitas from. My wife and I are big fajita fans, and it's called La Carreta. So
La Carreta.
La Carreta.
I
looked up what that meant the other day in Spanish, but I couldn't. I can't remember it now. So if anybody can speak Spanish and knows what La Carreta means, let me know, or you can look it up on. Tanya says Minnesota extended till the 18th with some people back to work. So
that still looks promising then for DAX, then, right? DAX Minnesota on Memorial Day weekend. If that's only Minnesota usually pushed back to the 18th, then that still should be okay, right?
Yeah, should. Last I heard, Scott Ritter from Dax was going to try to get some information out as a go or no go sometime this week. So obviously, hopefully by tomorrow. I was actually hoping to hear something before Two Regular Guys podcast, but nothing yet on go or no go in May.
And it could have been waiting to see what Minnesota was going to do. If they were extending it, or if they were, thing from there.
Yeah, it's I'm sure it's tough, and I know one of the issues is that people have not been able to get a hold of anybody at the Treasure Island where it's at because they're closed. So
you're just going to email them, because when we had to when we wanted to make sure to cancel our reservation, of course you wouldn't think that they would charge it, but hey, everything is computerized, so you never know, a charge could have showed up for a room. And so we found the contact at the bottom, because there's no real contact information on there. You call them, there's just a message. But if you email them, I think we heard back in like an hour that said, yep, no problem. Here, when you're good to go with it, let us know and we'll get it signed back up. So nice. Maybe that seems to be the best way for us to get through with them.
Yeah. And I'm sure, Scott and Margie have been working with those guys up there for years, so I'm sure they've got connections, but also still a challenge. What do you do? It's like, can you have it or can you not? And
right.
But then, I'm sure the next question is, okay, if we can't have it, do we get our money back? And if, because what I've hearing a lot of these places are doing, and I'm not saying Treasure Island's doing this by any stretch of the means. This is other places I've heard that have had events scheduled, and then people can't do the event because of the restrictions as to number of people. Is they're like, well, you know what, though, we're still open. So just because you can only have 10 people at your event, that's not our problem. So you don't get your money back.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, crap, that hurts.
I've seen a few of those, and I've seen a few of them that says, turn it into your insurance. Event got canceled. Not our fault. That's what we're going to do. What do you want to do about it? So
yeah, I get it from both sides. It's just, so finding some way to partner, because the other problem is everybody's trying to move stuff back. But, at the end of the year here, you start running out of dates, you know?
And I've seen some just where canceling it and rescheduling for next year, and hey, this is what you paid this year, it's just carrying over to next year, see you then. It seems like that seems to be the most logical thing for everybody. Hey, the event got canceled, reschedule it for next year, everything applies to that, you're good to go. And Tanya says it's hard to tell up there in Minnesota. The governor hasn't been forthcoming until several days before the deadline, so that makes it challenging for businesses to kind of figure things out. Okay, back to what we were talking about with Nan, Todd, on the website. And the Here for Good was just put up April 4th. I did the opposite and started getting things together, then went to get a website, found out what was available, and discovered another company not working with Sloan just launched the site 1 week before, Live and Learn. Yep, so. There's another one here that is doing it. They're not doing with Sloan. They've got their own thing. They're giving away, they're charging a little bit more. They're giving a lot less, as opposed to $10, they're giving $5. And they're over, I think the last I saw was $60,000. And we're doing okay with ours, but they just keep picking one up after another one. And great for them, but I'm thinking, hey, they're really doing well off of this, and they're not giving a whole lot back. And
is it are they calling it Here for Good?
No, theirs is, I have to go back and look and see what it was. But
okay, what are you calling yours, if you don't?
QC Strong, because that was the hashtag that that our area was using. So we put it there with that. Yeah. And we've got a good response from it, but to see that other one just explode and knowing that they're charging more, giving less back, it is disheartening, because you're just like, hey, what do you do? And the other thing, is they were considerably bigger than us, and I think they just put that out there and turned all their sales guys loose and said, go get the business, because otherwise you're not going to have a job. Because now we're going into month. We're going on week 7 of this now, because we've been done since middle of March, and we still got to the end of May. So we've got a ways to go with it.
Yeah. So Nan, maybe the thing to do there is just see if you can kind of come up with another name, like whatever your community strong or something like that. And obviously, if you're going to be working with Sloan, I talked to her about how that works, because if you can't get that, then so maybe it's Here for Good some abbreviation of your town or something like that, or what they call the area there in Minnesota or something like that.
Right.
Sometimes got to get a little creative, but you can always find a website and get the point across. Hopefully, I've found. Like us, we were looking for something to send people to our YouTube, and we took a while. We went back and forth, and we finally came up with liveosg.com. So we really wanted OSG live and things like that. But cool. So Nan, I went with Minnesota Strong. Cool, very cool. All right,
Yeah, it
Hashtag Minnesota Strong. I love it. Thank you, Christine, for tracking down the information. La Carreta means the road in English. So I am eating fajitas from the road.
Or they're getting the meat from the road.
Hey, they're delicious. So whatever.
It's all about the seasoning. It doesn't matter what you think of. It's the seasoning.
It's delicious, and they're really awesome people and like crazy fast. We've been going there, forever. So supporting them through this whole thing has been really important to us, because we would be devastated if they weren't there when this all got done. All right. So we've covered 2 questions, Todd. And I know you don't want me to always take up all of them.
Well, next time for questions won't be till Sunday, so that gives them another.
All right, so that gives them some time. Okay, well then
2 days to do it.
Then let's. Well, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. I think we can get 3 more here, Todd. What do you think?
I'm good.
All right.
Good.
All right.
This much water. We're good to go.
Okay. Rena asked, is Here for Good copyright? Rena, so we had Sloan on Two Regularized podcast about 3 weeks ago, I think it was.
Yeah.
So you go back to that. I don't have a lot of clarity about that, because there's also another guy in Tennessee, and they're kind of pseudo working together, but I can tell that there's a little friction between him and Sloan here in St. Louis. And then there was another group that supposedly had copyrighted Here for Good before Corona, but weren't really using it and actually weren't doing anything with it. And so there was that whole ordeal that kind of popped up for a bit. So I don't know. It seems a little messy to me, but again, I don't know enough about it to say for sure. I don't know if you know anything different, Todd.
I don't, and that was the thing, because there was, like, in the beginning of that, a lot of confusion, because I don't think Sloan expected it to grow up or blow up as much.
Correct.
As it did.
Yeah.
And then it was just trying to logistically, get it all figured out on her end as well. And I think there might have been some other people that jumped on board early and decided, either A, they weren't going to work with her and were going to do their own thing and just call it that, because there was nothing behind it, which is, it's a crap thing to do, but. That's kind of, it's almost like when you do a design and you send it to your customer, and then 6 months later you see that shirt knowing you didn't print it. Things just happen. She had great intentions with it, everything with it, and they're just, some people just decide to do other things with it. And if there was somebody else that had Here for Good and now they're trying to press in on it, I mean, if you look at it and you know the numbers and you know where you're at with the stuff, because there's not much money to be made in it. You're not making money hand over fist when you're doing it a $20 shirt with, giving $10 back to the customer and taking care of shipping. There's just not a lot in it. So, anybody that's trying to, pressure somebody to do something or trying to get, kind of crappy with it, it's a crap move,
Yeah, for sure. All right. So this next one, Todd, I can't get it in the banner because it's too long. So I'm going to put it in the.
It's too long.
It's too long. Yep. It may even be too long for the comments. We'll find out. All right. So let's see. Here we go. Oh boy. Okay, I got to find it. Where is it? Cool. Real quick before we get to that, Sloan is going to be on the Women in Business podcast on May 13th, and I want to talk to her about Here for Good and all that happened with that then. So cool. That's really good. That would be great to get some information there. Christine, let people know where they can find that if you get a second to post that for us.
Yeah, that's two weeks from tomorrow. 2 weeks from tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So those of you on the YouTube side, this comment that I just posted got really chopped up. So I apologize. It is, like I said, it's just really long. This question is really long. So here we go.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Holy.
Yeah. As Aaron knows, I'm a photographer, not my profession. Am trying. Yeah. You can look behind the screen. You'll be okay.
Okay.
You look like that guy from, oh gosh, darn it.
Home Improvement.
Thank you.
Wilson.
Home Improvement. Wilson. And he passed away, didn't he?
Howdy, neighbor. Colon cancer, I do believe.
Yep. Okay. All right. As Aaron knows, I'm a photographer, not my profession. I am trying to decide how to go about incorporating my photos with this business. I know it's a sweet deal to have my own artwork. That said, not having sold my photos before, I don't really know what my market would be. So what I was asking Monday, as you were discussing Equid, is should I have a website to just post photos with an eye for maybe reaching people just looking for artwork, not in this business, just people who might want. And then I think there's actually more.
Well, wait, there's more.
Yep. Who might want my type of photographs. Okay, I'm going to take that down. Just want my type of photographs more as an art form and have it connect to Equid for sales of products I make with my photos on them. And I would also want to offer personalized gifts if someone wants a product with a photo of their own on it. Okay. So.
Okay. So where do we start with that?
Yeah, go ahead. I'll let you go, and I've got my ideas too.
Okay. Go with the social media side. Set up a Facebook page for it, for your photography part of it, because then from there you can set up your Equid store and tie it to that, and then you can set it for products, and you can have them choose from whether to use your images to create things with, or to upload their own images to create things with. So I think that's the easiest way to do it, and probably the fastest way to get in front of a bunch of people is having the social media side set up, and then just have it blow up from there.
Yeah, I like that as a good start. The other thing that I would think about there, Todd, is I know you have to upgrade to the paid version, but what about having it as, do you just want this photo? Do you just want this artwork? And sell it digitally? Setting up those digital files, and because you can do that with Equid, right?
Yep.
I said, you just have to get the paid version of it.
The $15 a month venture plan allows you to upload and download files from it. So that's definitely a way to do it. But the thing is, if you don't, in my head is, if you don't have a way to promote that site, so either you're going to be spending stuff to get on the first page of Google. You're going to be putting in the time to get there. You're going to be spreading the word. You're going to be doing some marketing on that, or you're just going to sit there because you're just hoping to get traffic to it. Or at least on the social media side of it, you can automatically send it out to here's all your friends, ask them share the page, whatever. You can do a couple giveaways. At least try and get a couple hundred people to see it pretty quickly.
Yeah, and I mean I'm just thinking about from the. And I'm not disagreeing with you, by the way. I'm just thinking about from how do you kind of incorporate this all together to where, you can not necessarily be all things to everybody, but you're having your art. Because what I've found is that people, when faced with a blank canvas, just really struggle to come up with something. But if they see that photo, if you've seen any of Martha's photos, and she says, sorry, not sorry. If you've seen any of Martha's photos, they're incredible. And, so I would love to have that on a slate. I would love to have that on my mug or whatever the case may be. But I can also see somebody going, you know what? I'd love to just have that as my screensaver, or I'd love to have an opportunity. So the thing I guess for me that I'd want to think about if I was looking to sell photography like that is make sure that you've got a contract and are real clear about what the license is for that. Because if you're selling those, digital photos to somebody, what can they use them for? Because if you just sell it to them and don't really have what the licensing is on that photo, they can pretty much just go take it and, so somebody else could go take it and, make mugs with it and sell mugs and stuff like that.
On the Equid side, what you'd basically have is you'd have a category set up for digital prints. Here's this, you can buy this. and then you'll have it good for this small business use up to 100 prints. That's this price. The price is going to be $29.99 or $5.99 or whatever price that you have for that. You want to do an ELA on it, which is the extended license agreement. Charge what you want for it. If you're going to give them up to 1,000 prints or 10,000 or a yearly or a percentage or a royalty, you figure that out. So say it's just $100 for that one, and they can do up to 1,000 prints. Yep, you have that, and then they can buy it. So then it all comes back to the back end of keeping track of that. That's where it gets tricky at to see, hey, are they really only using it for this many? But most people that go through the trouble of getting that are going to, be honest with you, and here's where it at with things. But you'd have that as one category of digital prints, and then you have your other one where finished goods. So that's where you're going to have your tumblers, your slates, or whatever. So here's my slate, and then I can have this image on it. So you'll have your images, in the pictures, and they can pick that image and print on it if they want to add words to it. So yeah, you can build all that out on Equid, no problem at all.
Yeah, cool. Okay. Yeah, I like it. And like I said, I think kind of giving people the options of what to put on it with that, because, I think some of those photos could really lend themselves also to, like you said, with personalized and gifts and doing that, so it's like, that picture of the owl or something like that with a name or a city name, or the, shoot, I just blanked it too, Martha, the lake where you get a lot of these pictures at, and the nature area and stuff like that. So it could, it's about creating memories, so if you can kind of give them something like that and be able to put some names and stuff on it, I think that'll help as well with it. So, all right. I think we've covered that enough for now. And Martha, I'll probably follow up with an email on that too. So, Christine says the Women in Business podcast will be airing on Facebook, at least to start. I'm still working on figuring out where it will be broadcast and distributed. It will also have a page on christineshreve.com. So
look at that. Christine, just started a website and it's already live.
That hurts. That hurts. Hey, we've got a website and it's live. All right. So Tanya says 7:30 tomorrow, buddy. So you're waking up early. So Tanya says, I've been doing digitals and it works slick. So that's great. My wife's actually been one of your customers. So she enjoyed it and it was easy. So there you go.
Yeah. Same thing for me. Somebody asked, they're like, hey, would you sell that digital design? I'd never thought about it before. And we've been doing this for years. So it didn't take much to add it on there. And hey, to see, what is it life-changing by any means, but it made me an extra $100 for the day. It was kind of nice. So then I think, as I start doing more and more of these, I should just start putting them on there. And what's the worst that can happen? It sells. I've already done that work, so makes sense.
Nice. Maria's multitasking. Good. Appreciate being part of the multitasking event there. Don, hello. Thanks for joining us. Christine, when talking about the photos, you also have to look at editorial licensing for photos too. Can people use it in print ads, blogs, brochures, etc.? People don't only buy images to print on the same to print on something. Okay, I get it, but all right. Martha says, great info. Thank you. You're very welcome. Cindy says, I hear you all say the term slate. What does that mean? Slate is it really is a piece of slate that then has. Do you have one around there?
I might. Let me look, because I might have okay. One right over here.
If not, I can pull up one on the interwebs here pretty quickly. Here we go. We'll pull it up here. So sublimation slate, and let's see here.
I thought I had one there, but I do not.
But you do not. All right. Well, then never fear.
Aaron is here.
Well, or Google. Our good friend, the Googs.
Yeah, you don't have to tell people that. You just did it.
Oh, well, since I'm going to pull it up and it's going to show Google, it probably is going to. So those are slates. So basically they're actually slates that have some rough edges to them, and then they've got a sublimation coating on the front of them, and people transfer images onto them. They're pretty big in the baby market. They're pretty big in the memorial market. Let's see if I can.
I think anything to do with memories, the memory market. That's where they're huge at, because babies, births, weddings, any of those family photos. They're good. They're pricey, but it's a good product.
Yep. All right, now we're going to have to type in memorials, because most of the time that's all you see. And then this time I don't see a single one that's a memorial slate. All right, there we go. So something like that.
Yes.
No, from Etsy. There we go. Who do I know this person? Okay. That's a digital download. So you can put it on a slate. There you go. Interesting. Okay, cool. Before I get completely off the rails here.
There we go down the wormhole.
Exactly. I don't know why these things take so long, Todd. Yes, there we go, Martha. White Rock. Thank you. I don't know. My brain is not functioning very well today. So Christine says, not that I want to tell on myself, but ChristineShreve.com has been around for several years. I just haven't publicized it until recently. Well, Christine, we won't tell anybody, okay?
Nope. You just started it. It just made me laugh.
All right. Tanya says, Martha, feel free to ask me any questions if you want. I'd love to chat and share. Tanya, thank you. Very interested to explore this with you. Cool. Making connections. I love it. You can also get engravable slates if you have a laser or access to one. Cool. Yeah, that's a good point. And then says, oh, now I know. I guess you can tell I'm not in the promotional sales area. Thank you. You're very welcome, Cindy. Any questions?
You're learning. We're teaching. It's amazing.
That's right. That's what it's all about, right? Okay. We got two more questions here, Todd, that I want to get to. So, because that one didn't take long at all, right?
No. We got all night, right?
Yeah. All right. So here's the question. How do you rename a Facebook page? I need to change the name of it just slightly, and I'm missing something simple, I'm sure.
Yeah, you must be, because I think you can just go into edit page name, because you only change it once every 30 days. I'm actually going to go look at mine just to double check, because I know it's groups and names are different, but I believe it's just in the edit page info tab on it.
I think it's even easier than maybe.
Website.
Okay. Well, yeah. Here, I'm gonna
go for it.
I'm gonna hunt around a little bit over on my side here too, and I'll do it live. I can't remember. Edit page info. Yeah. Last time it took me a while to find this too. Shoot. Where the heck is that? General? No, that's where we're at. Okay.
Click on the page. Edit.
This makes for great video, but yeah, maybe it's because I'm not in the right thing here. I could have sworn it was in here.
This is your page name.
All right. Well, we'll find it and we'll get back to you, because this is not. This is what happened to me last time, and then I stumbled upon it again. So.
I found an article on it, so I will post that down here. A link to the article on it.
Tanya said, sorry. Oh, gosh, it keeps moving on me. Okay. I'll have to look again. I got frustrated and walked away. Yeah, it's obviously the same for us.
I found a 2020 link. So it was updated here in 2020 on how to do it. So we should be good to go on that link there. It looked like it was about it, enter new page name, continue request change. So that should link there.
Now I want to click on it and go do it. But
well, what do you want to change the name to?
No, I'm kidding. Because now I'm super curious, and because anyhow, doesn't matter. Now, don't make the mistake that I made. Actually, while we're talking about this real quick, I forgot all about the fact that I had a ton of stuff linked to my old Facebook page name, and after I changed the URL, I had to go and fix every single link that I had ever had going to aaronmontgomery.info's Facebook page, all the videos I've ever linked and everything like that. They're all still at the exact same place, except for you have to change out aaronmontgomery.info with our Success Group Pro. So, yeah, definitely didn't think that one through all the way when I merged our two pages together.
Well, you learn and you.
Yep, that's right. So I'm just trying to save somebody else some headache, hopefully. All right. Last question for today, Todd. Are you ready?
Yeah, why not?
Boom. And what is on the horizon for our Success Group?
Well, we're right now in the 20% finished with 5 keys. Right? 20% finished with 5 keys. Yeah.
Look at you doing math. I like it.
With the next one on next Wednesday. In the meantime, we've got the website, which we have a meeting tomorrow morning at 7:30 on a Friday. To hopefully get that reeled in, and then we've got I guess what was there 2 things?
Yeah,
2 things that are getting added to it. Is that how it's? That's how it's working. Or is it 3?
Yeah. So, like Todd said, we just got done with the first of the five keys of 5 keys of business planning last night. It was awesome. We talked about determining your why, and if you still want to go back and be part of that, you certainly can sign up. And once it gets there, right up here, you'll see oursuccessgroup.com. You can go up there and sign up and just become a member. After training last night, Todd and I got some things figured out, got some new things on the horizon, actually. So timing is good for this question. So the first new thing, Todd, is the success tracker.
Yes.
And again, I don't know if we're sold on the name. We're not sold on the name. I keep going back and forth myself. So I don't know where you're at with the name, but
good with the name.
Okay.
Up with it.
Well, you were just throwing something out there. I didn't know it was just like
I had handfuls of stuff and I'm throwing it at the wall. And that
was the one that stuck, huh? I mean, it's good. It's good. So success tracker. What the heck is that, Todd?
It's going to track your success.
Boom. All right. Mic drop. We're out.
See you Sunday. So in the grand schemes of it, is this basically, an accountability tracker. It's something that you need to set goals with. It's a way to set it, and there's going to be a couple milestones. But there's paperwork we need you to fill out, things to fill out, and then it's here. It's your accountability to it. And as you reach these goals, you'll be rewarded with sweet OSG swag. It's kind of just a good job. Here you go. Good job on this. But it's something that we've said it time and time again that you need to write your goals down. You need to have it down in writing what you want, something that you can look at, something you can see every day. And I think together we can facilitate that for you. And here's a spot where we can keep everything central. You can see where everything's at. Where your goal is, where it's going at, and then we can keep track of it as well.
Yeah, exactly. It's a tool that we're going to put out there, and I'm trying to get to something here real quick that I can post. So hang on one second while you keep talking, Todd.
Okay. So one of the big things behind it was we needed something to be measurable. And how do we know that we're helping 1,000 businesses? Because not everybody wants $100,000 in sales. Some people are happy with getting an extra $5,000 a year in sales. Some people are, hey, if this can pay for my equipment and later learn stuff and go from there, and it's not pulling money out of my main pocket, great. So everybody's idea of success is different. So how can we track that and keep tabs on it to show what to show that we're helping these people do it. So this is what we kind of came up with for it. Of here's a way to here's your goal. Here's who started it. Here's what their goals are. And here's this. So we can go through and hey, what can we do to help you get to these? So it's something to help all of us out.
Yep. So what I was trying to pull up, I finally got here, Todd. So this is our goal for our success group. to provide resources that empower over 100. let's do another typo, Todd. Let's kick it up to 100,000.
I'm down.
to empower over 1,000 businesses to achieve their idea of success. That's our goal. We were talking about it, and it's like, well, how do we know? How do we track that? And so that's where the success tracker was born, because again, one of the things that Todd and I always talk about is that a lot of us, me included, Todd included, a lot of times what ends up happening is we need that accountability. I've told a story probably many times before here, but I had talked on the side to a couple people really quietly, maybe even mainly in my own head, that someday I was going to do a marketing webinar. And I kept kind of like just hinting at it. And finally one day I just said, you know what, I'm going to do this. I'm going to put it out there. I told people about it on Two Regular Guys. I told people about it in Small Business Saturdays. And I set a date for it. I had that accountability, and, I didn't know how the heck I was going to do it, but I said it, and I got going towards it. And so what happened is I set that goal, and then, I kind of figured, okay, here's the things, here's the milestone that I need to hit to get there. So I basically said, okay, I want to do this webinar, and I need to have at least 25 people signed up by this time. And, I put both of those things out there. Actually, with a lot of help from Todd, I made it to that first milestone, made it to the getting it done. And honestly, it spawned a lot of things. It's probably helped spawn what's going on with our success group here. I know it was a big part of where decorators community came from for me, and being able to help people like Eric and even Terry get stuff out there. I'm excited to work with Christine Shreve here soon. So that's the long story about this whole success tracker thing is we wanted some sort of a tool that we can, help you guys think about what your goal is, set your goal. And even if you're not an our success group member, certainly we'd love you to be, but this is for everybody. And because our goal is to provide resources that empower over 1,000 businesses to achieve their idea of success. Plain and simple. We make all of our decisions based on that goal. And so there we go. Success Tracker is born. So what the plan on that is to get something going. Like Todd said, we've got a meeting tomorrow morning to kind of see where we're at and what's going to need to happen to kind of get the new website live. Once we know that, then we'll be able to kind of figure out how and where we need to put this together. And trying to remember, so I think we talked like May 15th. Does that date sound about right to you? Oh,
yes, I have notes.
Yeah, attaboy.
May 15th.
May 15th. So by May 15th, we'll have it up there. We want to start talking about it now. We're going to try to have it up even before then, but by May 15th, we'll have it up there. And your job is you'll sign up for it. You will put in what your goal is, what in the next 12 months, what's going to have to happen for you to feel like you're successful over the next 12 months. So that's the first thing you put in there. Second thing you're going to put in there is, what one thing do I need to do between now and reaching that goal that is going to help me the most get to that goal? And then, little bit information about yourself, and off we go. We'll kind of send you some reminders, information, and once you reach your first milestone, you will get some swag, as Todd mentioned, from our success group. And once you reach your goal, we will celebrate you. We will certificate, shout out, celebration, and more swag. So
right.
We're in that business, right? So it seems to make sense, doesn't it? So that's that program. Pretty excited about that myself. Todd, what any other things that we missed there?
Well, when they sign up for that, because what we've found out, especially I think Aaron too, but for sure for me, is that when you paid for something, that's when you really kind of took ownership of it. You just to write something down that. And so we wanted to have you have something in the game and nothing crazy, So we're thinking, $20 right around there. And then if you're not a member of our success group now, you get to pick from any one of our trainings, and we're giving you a training class with that. So you get the swag, you get a training class. So you're getting tons of value out of it. We just want a way for you to be accountable and to get in there and just start doing. That's the big thing, is just start doing.
Yep, for sure. Rena asks, is the first webinar available once you sign up? Absolutely, it is. So just get signed up. We're actually even gonna work on some other things there for all the members. So pretty excited to kind of get things moving along here finally with the website coming along. Christine, this is a great question. It's a question that we actually struggle with, because we started out with 100, then we changed to 1,000, and then we kind of looked at this. So since we're throwing goals out there, our goal here is to help empower 1,000 businesses this year in 2020.
And that's I think this is how it's going to go. Is we're can't do it in 2020. I feel that we'll already beat our original goal of 100. Mm-hmm. So we keep going to this goal. This is where our goal is to do it. And once we hit that, then we're adding another 0, and it'll be that same amount year after year after year, and just keep growing it from there. It just gives us a way to keep building what we want and helping more people without being like, oh, we didn't do it. Hey, we're going to keep doing it.
At a certain point, how many we're going to run out of zeros to add? But
because by that time we're going to have a fleet of drones to help.
Yeah. Well, honestly, though, I mean, I like the gentleman who I'm kind of following and working on, Jack Canfield. That he's had a similar path to where he kind of started here, grew it to here, and now he's trying to train trainers so he can cover an even wider area, with what he feels are important values. So, that's cool.
And then before there'll be 2,500 people at a seminar down in Florida, like Tony Robbins, and then we're all set. They pay $6,000 a piece, and it's amazing how things scale and go into that.
Yeah. Well, and the great part is that it's a win-win, and it's that's what I love about this is finally being able to find something that speaks to me internally, but also fills my need to watch other people succeed.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, all right. So that's number one. That's the first thing on the horizon.
First step.
First step. Second step on the horizon here, Todd, is
because the step 2. Here's the thing. Step 2 for today is actually step 3, right? Because step 2 is our current membership program that we have.
Yeah.
So we got that. So that's step 2, and now step 3 is going to be Masters of Success. Nailed it.
You got it. Awesome. It's taken a while, but you got it.
You've heard us talk about this for a while.
For those of you scoring at home, we'll get scorecards out here at some point. But anyhow, go ahead.
I felt that for the life of me. But once I don't think about it, and I go from there. But this one is going to be more like a hands-on approach. Check my notes. So this one is where we're going to have. This is the groups, right? Group calls, 1 to 2 hour sessions, 1 to 2 hour sessions twice a month is what the plan is for that one. Is that right? That's what I have in my notes.
Yep.
Yeah. So with that one, that's where we're gonna take that down to smaller groups where we're gonna there's gonna be an application process for us. We want things. We want to place the right people with the right groups. We want people that are gonna help develop each other, help develop their own things. And be in this. We want those ones that really want to take it to that level and keep growing their business, both personally and professionally, and get their message out there. That's our plan. That's that right there. Yeah,
there it is. Yeah. So it becomes that next level. You've got the training. Now you're going to be in group. Like Todd said, into groups of like-minded businesses, and have group calls where we can actually physically work on your business specifically.
Yeah, these are going to be small groups. You're talking, 4 to 8 people. That's it. There's not going to be, a big bunch of it that's going to be, this small group. So that way, they're basically, everybody is there to, to hold each other accountable. It's your accountability clique. These are the ones that are going to help you grow and help you succeed, and you're going to do the same thing for them.
Yep. Yeah. And so that community is going to be fantastic. And then, we've even got more things on the horizon from there, but we might keep those to ourselves for now, right?
Sure.
It doesn't matter. Either way, it's your call.
There's one more on top of that for now, but that one will be coming later at a later date, and that one is going to be very, very hands-on. Let's just say.
Yeah. And with all goals, it is important to set a date for these things. So like we said, Success Tracker, our goal is for May 15th to have that released and available to you. The Masters of Success, again, we put in the picture here, Q2. I was checking my knuckles to make sure we were still going to be in the second quarter, but we are. So we're shooting, we'll know more tomorrow morning. But our goal is to start open enrollment. What was the date on that, Todd? Do you have that? My notes aren't clear. When we start open enrollment for the Masters of Success program.
That one we wanted that one to, I think at May 15th as well, is when we wanted to have that one up and going, because when we wanted it to go, because then it was going to go through June. Was that right? Sign up for I think that's what that one was. I'll have to go back to the.
I think it actually is in June, because I think we were going to start then third quarter would be where the meetings start happening. Third quarter. If I had June 1st over here, but I couldn't remember if that was when the open enrollment started or not. So anyhow, all right, cool. So that's what's on the horizon.
We'll get more information as that comes available.
Yes, exactly. Both of those things, pretty excited about those. So for sure. And Nan says, you guys look like the Brady Bunch. Yeah, exactly. Just wait until, we get a few more people in here and do that. So Christine, the best people always are committed to helping other people succeed. At least in my opinion, nothing better than seeing someone else learn and grow because of what you've taught them or shared with them. Yeah. It is that really cool feeling. I know you guys, everybody here is of that mindset of a community of sharing. And so, that's what we're all about, is building that community of sharing and stuff like that. And just kind of hope that we're leading you guys to your idea of success. So.
Leading those horses to water, and then we're going to force you to drink. That's the plan. We had to put this out there. We were talking about it, and this is the way we're doing it. I said, you have to put stuff out there. You have to, once you say it, it's out there. So now said it, it's out there. We have to do it.
Yep. It's out there. Now I've got to do it. Oh, wait. I love that Todd puts the stuff out there for me to do. That's the fun part.
Hey, back of house, front of house.
Making promises I can't keep. I love it.
I said that, last night, I'm like, are you sure is this? And you're like, oh yeah. And I said, okay, let's do it tomorrow. And you're like, whoa.
I said that wouldn't be a problem. And then you're like, okay, let's do it tomorrow. I'm like, hold on a second. That wouldn't be you didn't let me finish. That would be a problem if you give me through the weekend to spend some time with this.
Aaron says, no problem. I said, okay, let's go.
He just never lets me finish my sentence. So, all right. Cool. Well, guys, it's been an hour. And we appreciate the questions. We appreciate you guys being here. Hopefully, not only have some fun. I think just real quick, Todd. I mean, that was really what this was all about. We wanted, while things were crazy, while we didn't know what the heck was going on, while we didn't have a chance to commune face to face with other people, this was just an opportunity to get together and be able to touch base with the people that are important to us, you guys out there. Every day, so if we're not doing Tuesdays with Todd, if we're not doing Small Business Saturdays, if we're not doing the podcast, or we're not doing OSG training, that still leaves us with 3 to 4 days of time where we just want to chat with you guys. So, it's not like the Small Business Saturdays we do. It's not like Tuesdays with Todd, where, we're really focused on really trying to do information. Here we're we're happy to talk about fun stuff like cakes and drinks and, maybe occasionally have a couple drinks together. So speaking of drinks together though, Todd, I did want to make sure that everybody is aware we are doing the, I don't know what the heck we're calling it this time. Decorators Community, third Decorators Community virtual cocktail party. And that is happening tomorrow night at 7:00 Central Time. So if you go to tworegularguys.com/party, that will be the place to go sign up for that. Just put your information in there. It'll take you to a page where the link is, the Zoom link. If for whatever reason you didn't get the link or something happens, just give me a shout out. Catch me on Facebook or something like that. We'll get you headed in the right direction. We've had the first 2 times were awesome and a ton of fun, and went way later than we really wanted to. At least for me, some people may have passed out early. I don't know who that would be, but maybe this guy here. That was the first one. So
that was pent up frustration. It was time to roll.
So anyhow, that's happening tomorrow night.